wish they would have told me more about birth control, more about abstinence, more about just protecting stuff, the do's and the don'ts, and the rights and the wrongs with sex.
I kind of wish somebody had told me that it's okay to be yourself all the time, no matter who you're with, that it's okay, you don't have to be somebody else, and if somebody's going to love you or like you, then they're going to love you or like you for you, not for someone who you could be or someone they expect you to be.
When I was a kid, I wish somebody had told me it was okay to be gay and that my dreams really could come true. And I think that kids still need to hear that today.
Well, I definitely wish that someone told me to wait. I was so quick to fall in love with someone, and I just regret it. I do. I mean, I wish I had waited for the right person.
That it's okay. Sex is okay. Sex is good. Just wear a condom.
My one conversation about any of this stuff was with my dad when I was like 18 years old, or we were driving somewhere and he gave me a condom. That was what he did.
I mean, there's not one thing in particular. I just think like all the things I didn't know when I was so young, but I just think it's important to be informed, and like it may be embarrassing and it may be awkward, but I think it's important that if you deal with kids and you're responsible for kids, whether you're an educator, you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you're a parent, like they're gonna look to you, and it's your job to educate them and tell them.
It would have been nice if someone had stopped and explained, you know, the spiritual aspects of sexuality and the physical aspects of it in some way that would have made it precious in another way, rather than, oh, I gotta do this stuff.
I kind of got a half answer that sex is special, but I wish that there was another side of it, that sex is fun and it's healthy for both men and women, and that numbers don't necessarily matter. It's the experience and what you learn from it.
I really wish that somebody had told me that sex is more than strictly what we think of as intercourse, that it's much more about two people having an intimate relationship with one another, and that sex takes all kinds of forms. It's not just a man and a woman. It can even just be all by yourself.
I think mostly just to have fun with it, and that it was okay no matter who it was that you fell in love with.
Well, I couldn't really think of something that I wish someone would have told me, but I would have wished that my mother wouldn't have used a textbook to explain sex to me.
I think the thing that I wish somebody had told me was that it's not a bad thing, that it's not dirty, that it's not a sin. Because it took me a long time to realize I actually had to kind of sneak out and do a lot of things that probably I wouldn't have done had somebody really said, you know, it's really sacred and it's really good.
That you can never have enough of it. It's great for your prostate, and there's no such thing as a whore, but it pays to advertise.
I wish someone would have told me you didn't have to sleep with the first person you thought you were in love with.
That it was a natural part of living as much as breathing or eating. It's the way we are. It's part of the way we are. And so that way it doesn't have to be considered as something shameful, as something to be embarrassed about.
I wish that someone along the way had told me about how great sex is. And the reason everyone talks about it all the time is because it's a lot of fun. And the reality is that the way sex gets sort of turned dirty, like has this terrible trickle-down effect that made me afraid to masturbate.
Don't count numbers. Numbers don't mean anything. Don't try to achieve some massive number of sexual partners. It doesn't do anything for anybody.
I wish somebody told me that babies were a part of sex. If I didn't have any babies, I'd be a lot further in life. But they are a blessing.
The one thing that I wish somebody told me about sex is that you really should wait to find that special person to have sex with, in my honest opinion. Because sometimes you get on a road where you might sleep with one person, you keep sleeping with people to find that particular feeling that you're trying to get out of life and make yourself feel more alive as a human being. And I guess what I'm getting at is you can't have that with just anybody.